How to create some colourful lines in Affinity Photo, PC or Mac. Now I'm using 1920 by 1080. You can use any size of document. You need to have a layer, always do with Affinity Photo. So there's the layers panel. Go to layer and new layer. Also you need to fill it with something, and that's edit menu and fill with primary colour. Something, doesn't matter what colour. So just filled now, all the pixels have been filled. Now, filters menu. So filters menu and down to colours, and right down the bottom is a super useful filter. This is the best filter in Affinity Photo. Procedural texture. Default doesn't seem to do anything at all. You can add equations. Now these equations, you can modify the channels, colour information, vary the image in all kinds of ways. Just go to plus. Just click the plus and then you can see the red channel now becomes 0. That's what it's done. But you can fill that with something. So you can go, well, I'm going to put SIN. That's a trigonometry. So sines, cosines, tangents, etc. All are available. There's a whole long list in the help file. So if you want to find out more, go to the help procedural texture in the filters section, and you can whole long list of different functions. Really long list. So sine. Now I'm using RX. Now RX is great because it's a relative X. You can move, shift things backwards and forwards. So RX, and I could put X. If it's just X, that's of course across the screen. It doesn't move. You can't move the information. And I'm going to put, say, 10. You can vary it, of course. So I've got 10. So this is what I mean with the RX. If I just go there, I can just move it back and forth. You can see the blue there for obviously the red channel. Now I can add additional ones. So I'm just going to click the plus again. And you can see now I've got those equal to 0, equal to 0. And that's the red channel, the top line, green channel, and that's the blue channel. And they've got RGB all been set. And I can just copy that equation. Just paste it into these ones and you can see what happens. You just get these lines, black and white lines, which is fine. But what you can also do is you can vary this. So you can turn around and say, you know, instead of 10, I can have that as 20, which makes it slightly more intense, which maybe is not particularly what you want. Up to you. Maybe make it 5. So you can make it like that. Sine time, maybe sine times 8. Or sine times 10.5. And so on and so on. So you can create a whole variety. Now it's not random, but it looks fairly random. You look across it, I mean obviously you can see there's a repeat pattern. But I'm not worried about that because I'm going to use other filters. But you've got this nice colourful line design. And you can save it as well if you want to save it. So you can create, or if you want it the other direction, instead of RX, just put RY. And of course you can also diagonal by putting RX plus RY or RX minus RY, etc. Now click apply. So apply and you've got your filter effect. And you can see over there, pixel layer still can be modified again with other filters as well. So what you can then do, go to filters and then go down to distort, maybe go for deform or maybe mirror. So I'm just going to go to mirror. Mirror is probably my favourite one along with deform. And you've got a number of mirrors. In this case, it's 1, it defaults to 1. And obviously when it's just, there's no difference. You can't see any difference. There is a mirror effect there, but it's that top bit is the same as the bottom bit. But if you put it to 2, let's just put it to 2. So you got it to 2, still not really much different. Put it to 3, but then as soon as you get to 3, you can see now 3, there is a bit of a change. That's the central point. You can move the central point as well. You don't have to keep it there, but for now, I will keep it there. Number of mirrors, 4, 5, 6, 7, and of course it goes more and more tense like that. And also you can change the input as well, which is really handy feature. So you can move that around. You can see as you do that, you can explore a whole range of different line effects. And at a certain point you think, oh, that looks really good when it hits 270. You can also hold down the Alt Option key if you want to, and you can move the input and just it moves smoothly or relatively smoothly. Don't want to move it too fast because it's a bit sort of intense. So you just move that. Makes it just a bit more flexible, and you can explore different settings. So you can go, oh, that one, that looks nice, and so on and so on. You can also change the output if you want as well. You can move that around, but you can also move the origin point. So if you want to, you can position it over here, say, just simply move the cursor, move that over there, and you can see as it follows the arrow, will go there. First, it's just as good in the centre, but you've got that design there. And of course, once you're happy with that, you can click apply. Or maybe just go, you know what, that design's even better. And it's all over there. Up to you. Click apply. Now, what you can also do, of course, is you can always reapply it, which is always useful. So you can always go over here, and sometimes it works really nicely, repeat mirror. And you can see you can create another design. Sometimes it reaches a certain point where you won't get any additional sort of change. So you're just getting nothing different particularly. So just going to undo that. You can see you can repeat it as well. You can also, of course, go to filters, I was going to go to colors. You can do maybe apply another effect if you want, and then fade it. But you can go to distort and mirror again, and you can see exactly the same as before, but now you can see you can get another range of different effects just by combining that and changing the input. Move that around, position that. Also, what you can do, click apply, is you've got the option here. You've got layer and fade mirror. Fade mirror is very useful as well. Fade is a great feature. I'm not certain why it's in the layer section. Makes no sense to me. Personally, it should be in the filters, but it's in the fade mirror section there of layer. And what you can then see, you get this result. You've got a blend between the two, which actually creates some very interesting colourful effects in itself. And of course, you've got these blend modes. So you can run through the blend modes. And you can say, oh, you know what, that one looks great. Lighten, it's great. Difference, and so on and so on. So you can just go through. But even normal is pretty good. And you can vary it, maybe down there or go that way. Again, darker colour, vary it that way, and so on. Click apply. And then, of course, what you can do, you can always run it again. Or go down to distort and mirror there. And again, continue to apply to create all kinds of very unique designs simply from that line design that you had earlier. Also, what you can do, of course, there's other filters. I always love to go to filters and this one. This one is quite an unusual one. Often I go for detect edges. And I've just been going through this one, detect horizontal edges. I think this is actually quite good as well. Creates some very interesting designs itself. And also, again, you've got exactly the same thing. You've got here layer and fade horizontal edges, and you can then blend between the fading of the edges to create some interesting effects there as well. So if you've ignored, like I have, I must admit, if you've ignored that feature, detect horizontal and vertical edges, don't, because actually I think there's a lot to explore with that feature. I'd normally go for this one if I'm going to go for any, but that's good as well. Well, I hope you found this of interest. Always adding new tutorials all the time. Thank you much.